Hi guys, time for another weekly walk around the Chilli House. So today's the 23rd of June. Let's go inside and see what we have going on this week. Right guys, so we'll start with the small pots. So my Birchaloca, or the ghost chili, has started to come back to life, so that's great news. These three in the middle, I think I'm just going to throw them out. I've got no big pots for them. It's two 7-pod chocolates and I have two big ones in there, so it's fine. And the final Carolina Reaper is starting to fill the pot, so there's some new growth coming in there on the top as well, which is great. So, peri peris. As you can see here, we've got a lot of flowers coming, so hopefully that'll not be too long. I'm going to let them fruit. They're not going in any bigger pot because I'm more interested in the super hots. So, moving on. The brain strain yellow, I potted this up here a day or two ago and its final pot, and as you can see it's doing great. The size of the leaves and that, so hopefully in a few weeks it'll be double this size and we'll start to get some fruit going on it. I've only got one of them. And the Scotch bonnets, so this is about twice the size it was, I think, since our last video, which is great. Plus we've got this one here, which I potted up into a slightly smaller pot, but again it's filled the pot with roots and starting to show new growth, new life, and especially down low, if you can see in there, all that lovely new growth. It's great. So my babies, the Carolina Reapers. This guy here is the one that was in one of these smaller pots last week, so I potted this up and already it's really taken a jump in the day or two. It's still very warm here, but just kind of wet and wintry showers, even in the heat, but there you go. So Carolina Reaper, this is the other Carolina Reaper that's been in the big pot for a few weeks. It's a bit behind, but it's still doing okay. Over here we got the Trinidad Scorpion Orange, and these are doing great. So that's one I potted up the same time as this Carolina Reaper, and you can see the difference in them. It's really taken to its new home. Lots of new growth, lots of bushy growth down below. The size of them leaves as well, they're great. And these are the other two Trinidad Scorpions. Potted this one up a week ago, and this one when I freed up the pot from the brain strain yellow, just to see whether they'll come along. We'll give them a few weeks, and if not, you know what I mean, we'll throw them out. It's no odds. And this is the final Carolina Reaper, which still hasn't filled this small pot, but once it does, I've got a big pot for it over there in the corner, so hopefully we'll have plenty of them. Moving on, we have the Burmese Naga. So this one's been in the big pot a couple of weeks and it's finally filled it with roots, so you can see there's some nice new growth coming in the top and then down around the bottom as well, if you can see that in there. It's great. These two, so this is one I potted up last week in the 6-litre pot, and it's doing quite well. And this was one, again, I had a leftover pot, so I thought I'd repot one of the smaller ones, and hopefully it'll come along and get better. Moving along, we've got the 7-pot chocolates. So we've got two of them. This one's doing great, as you can see, great big leaves. Lovely new growth here at the top as well, and nice bushy growth starting down below. Now this one's actually got better growth down below, but it's a wee bit behind in height. But again, hopefully it will not be too long till they double in size and start to see some fruiting. And then our jalapenos. Now these are doing great. I can barely get it on the camera this week. This is the boy I potted up last week, and as you can see, it is massive. Look at the leaves on that, the bigger in my hand. And the other guys are coming on rightly too. This one especially. The one on here is a bit slower. I'm not sure what the story is. These two here were potted up at the one time, but this one just seems to be faring better for itself. But yeah, so that's where we are, guys. As I say, we've got some fruit coming in the peri peris, and some actually coming through on the big jalapeno plant here as well. So we're probably about 30 days or so from any actual chilies been anywhere near ready, so we'll wait till we see how we get on. So thanks again for tuning in, and oh yeah, so some more spicy food eating coming, so stick about for that, and thanks for watching, guys. Remember, guys, like and subscribe, tell your friends, and leave us a comment if you like what we're doing. I'm new to all this chili growing stuff, so even if you think I'm doing something wrong, hey, all the help is most appreciated. Thanks again. Chat to you guys soon.